I am going to show you my mathematical system for predicting over and under 1.5 goals in football. While most people are out there chasing big odds or guessing which games will be high scoring based on a gut feeling, we are going to do something entirely different. We are going to look at a cold, data-driven system for predicting the over or under 1.5 goal market. And in this video, I will break the entire framework down into a clear, step-by-step life cycle. So, go put the kettle on and let's dive right in. That leads us neatly to phase 1, which is what I call the rolling form window. This is the absolute foundation of the entire system because before we can predict anything, we have to build a stable and reliable database that reflects the actual reality on the pitch. Now, the biggest mistake I see people making when they are first learning this is they use data that is statistically meaningless. They might look at the last 2 or 3 matches of the season, or they might look at a team's overall season average without accounting for where the game is being played. If it is only match week 3, using 3 games of data is a recipe for disaster because the sample size is way too small to show a true pattern. How we approach this correctly is by using a strictly defined rolling form window of the last 10 league matches. But here is the professional secret. We split the form between home and away. For the home team, we only look at their last 10 matches played in front of their own fans. For the away team, we only look at their last 10 games on the road. If the current season is just starting, we simply roll back into the previous season to complete our 10-match set. This ensures our model stays stable and current. As each new match is played, the oldest one drops out and the newest one enters, keeping the data alive. From these 10 games, we want to collect 5 key metrics: the average goals scored, the average goals conceded, the average expected goals against, and the average shots on target. By doing this simple arithmetic, you create a baseline that is much more powerful than any gut feeling. By the way, if you like videos like this and want to see more on this subject, remember to click the like button. It tells YouTube to send you more of this kind of content. And while you are there, you should hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss a system or strategy video. Now we move into phase 2, which is where we project our expected goals. This is a mini lesson in how to smooth out the variance that football often throws at us. You see, goals often involve a degree of luck or elite finishing that isn't always repeatable, whereas expected goals, or XG, tell us the true quality of the chances being created. What most people do wrong here is they only look at the final scoreline of previous games, but we approach this correctly by blending historical goals with expected goals. First, we calculate a goals-based projection by taking the home team's average goals scored and adding it to the away team's average goals conceded, then dividing by 2. We then do the exact same thing for the XG data. Finally, we blend those 2 numbers together to get our final projection for each side. Let's look at a concrete example to see how this works on the whiteboard. Imagine a home team that scores an average of 1.7 and concedes 1.2 with an XG of 1.8. Their away opponent scores 1.3 and concedes 1.6 with an XG of 1.4. For the home side, our goals projection is 1.7 plus 1.6 divided by 2, which is 1.65. Their XG projection is 1.8 plus 1.7 divided by 2, which is 1.75. When we blend those, the home team is projected at 1.70 goals. We run the same math for the away side, which gives them a projection of 1.30. Add those together and you have a total match projection of 3.00 goals. That is a clear data-led anchor for our next decision. By the way guys, if you want to skip all that manual arithmetic and find the best over or under 1.5 goal bets instantly, the Statto app is a brilliant research accelerator. Instead of spending your afternoon hunting through spreadsheets and calculating averages, you simply press the prompt and let the artificial intelligence do the work for you. It automates the entire research process, allowing you to generate well-researched opportunities instantly, which saves you an incredible amount of time compared to manual research. You can find the link in the description below or scan the QR code on the screen. Once you download the app, go to the match you want to look at and just click the goals prompt. It will do the rest of the work for you. Anyway, that leads us neatly to phase 3, which is our over 1.5 decision framework. This is where we interpret our projection to see if a trade is actually viable. Now, the biggest mistake people make here is they think that if a projection is above 1.5, it's a good bet. But that offers zero margin for error. We need a buffer. How we approach this correctly is by using a specific scale. Because the 1.5 line only requires 2 goals, it is a relatively low bar, but we still need discipline. If our projected total is above 2.6, we consider it a strong lean for the over. If it sits between 2.3 and 2.6, it is a moderate lean. Anything between 2.0 and 2.2 is considered marginal, and we generally avoid it. And if the projection falls below 1.9, we actually start looking at the under market. This buffer is crucial because it protects you from those matches that structurally stall at 1-0 or 0-0. We are looking for matches that are structurally unlikely to stay under the line, and the math tells us exactly where those boundaries are. Now we move into phase 4, which is the game script check. This is where we verify if the likely flow of the game matches our mathematical projection. What most learners do wrong is they ignore how the teams actually interact on the pitch. They don't ask how the goals will be scored. We approach this correctly by asking a few key questions. Is there a strong favorite likely to dominate the ball and territory? Does the underdog have an effective counterattack? We also look for a specific benchmark in shot volume. We want to see both teams averaging at least 4 shots on target per game. This matters because even if one team is dominant, a single side can still land a 2-0 result on their own, which clears our over line perfectly. However, if you have 2 teams with very low shot volume, you are walking into a 1-0 trap where the game might have intensity but no actual output. We want to see a high-tempo script where the over is a byproduct of consistent pressure, not a lucky deflection. That leads us to phase 5, which is the contextual overlay. While the numbers provide our baseline, context is what refines our confidence. What most people do wrong at this stage is they either let their gut override the data entirely, or they ignore major external factors. We approach this correctly by making small, professional adjustments to our projection, usually no more than 0.15 or 0.25 goals. First, we look at team motivation. High-stakes matches like title races or European qualification battles often increase intensity and tempo. Conversely, low-stakes games at the end of the season can become unpredictable and lethargic. Then, we look for tactical suppression. Is it the first leg of a cup match where teams might be cagey, or a relegation 6-pointer where the fear of losing outweighs the desire to win? We also check the weather. Heavy rain or extreme heat can reduce pressing and lower shot accuracy, which might lead us to scale back our expectations. Finally, we check the personnel. If a key striker is missing, we reduce the projection slightly. If a defensive leader is out, we might increase it. We use these human elements to polish the diamond that the data has already found. And finally, we reach phase 6, which is the real edge. In-play price timing. This is where we turn a good prediction into a professional trade. Let's say we have found a match that is a strong overlean, but the pre-match price for over 1.5 is only 1.35. That represents an implied probability of about 74%, which doesn't offer much value. Most people will just take the short price and hope for the best. The way we approach this correctly is by using the patience rule. If there is no goal in the first 15 to 20 minutes, the price will often drift out to 1.55 or even 1.70. Has the true probability of a goal collapsed just because 20 minutes have passed? Not necessarily. Football goals are not evenly distributed, and many matches produce their first goal between the 20 and 40-minute mark. If we are watching the game and see a healthy tempo with at least 5 shots already registered and the XG building, then our original projection of 70% probability might still be valid, but we are now being paid at a price that implies only 60%. That gap is where your long-term profit lives. However, if a goal is scored in the first 5 minutes, we simply walk away. The value is gone. Similarly, if 25 minutes pass and the game is a dead tempo with no chances, we abort the trade. This discipline is the difference between a professional model and an impulsive gamble. Now, it is also important to touch briefly on the under 1.5 framework. While most people naturally look for goals, some of the best value can be found in the under market. You have a strong under profile if your combined projection is below 1.8. Both teams average below 1.1 goals scored, and the combined shots on target are below 3 per team. In these slow, low-volume environments, the public bias toward goals often inflates the over price, making the under a massive area of value. By identifying these stalling matches structurally, you can profit from the frustration of others. And like I said, guys, if you want to skip all the hard work and find the very best value opportunities across these markets, the Statto app will save you an incredible amount of time. As you can see, you just press the prompt for the market you're looking for and let the artificial intelligence do the hard work for you. Hours of manual research are no longer necessary because you can see speed and efficiency in action. To get the app, simply click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now. It is a serious professional advantage that changes the game for anyone looking to trade the total goals market with discipline. I really hope this deep dive into predicting the over or under 1.5 goal market has shown you that profit isn't about chasing trends. It is about projection, context, and price timing. When you stop guessing and start following a structured life cycle, the results speak for themselves. If you found this useful, please do remember to hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show you more of this kind of content. And while you are there, you should hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss a system or strategy video. As always, the learning shouldn't stop here. There is actually another video on the screen right now that I think you will find very interesting. It is a good one to watch if you want to keep building your knowledge. Go ahead and click that, and I will see you over there.